Good morning everyone. Today you can wrap yourself a little bit. As you can see, I've got the leg warmers and I've actually got 2 layers because we're not going to move too fast. We're going to take time to move slower, and we're going to look at extending the back of our legs today. So I'm going to need a belt, and remember that you can get a normal belt or you can get a rope from a robe, yeah, anything that you can wrap around your foot in order to lift it. That's just my little cushion to sit down at the end, but you can have a cushion and 1 or 2 blocks again, or a book. It's entirely up to you, or 2 books of the same height, and a little blanket for relaxation. Okay, so we are going to start lying down on our back. So it's entirely up to you whether you want to keep your legs bent, whether you want to keep your eyes open, or if you want to close them. It's entirely up to you. And just start breathing with your nose. Take a deep breath with your nose and a deep exhale with your mouth, making sound. And again, inhale and exhale, let it go. 3 times a charm. Inhale and exhale. You can place your hands, 1 on your belly and 1 on top of your chest, or both on your belly, or leave them on the floor. It's entirely up to you. Today you've got so much choice. You just need to do what's right for you, what feels comfortable for you right in this moment. And what we're going to do now, we're just going to focus on our breath, trying to send our breath to our belly, inflating our belly up on the inhale, and trying to bring the navel to spine without any restriction on the exhale, just letting all the air out. Inhale, exhale, let it out. If you want to, you can start engaging ujjayi breathing. Remember, we've seen that a slight contraction of the throat. And if your knees are bent, I'm going to invite you to stretch your legs. And we're just going to do some rotation, some movement with the ankles. Any movement, any way you want to. Really, really slowly, as if you were on slow motion. You can flex and point, just making small or big circle, going one way and now going the other way. Just for a few more moments. And gently release. Bringing both legs together and just leaving your arms here for now. I'm going to invite you now to flex your feet and really push with your heels towards the front of the room in front of you, and bringing your toes towards your body. Take a deep breath and exhale with your mouth. And again. And exhale. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Notice where in your body, where in your legs, your the tension is potentially, or the stretch is, whether it's the front of your leg or the back of your leg, which muscle is engaged, and just releasing your feet. And now we're going to point the feet forward, and again we're going to take 3 different breaths. The legs don't need to be together, you can place them together or you can bring them out again, entirely up to you. You know your body best than I do, so listen to it. So you're going to take a deep inhale, still up, pointing the toes, maybe, and exhale. And maybe, for me, maybe your heels are coming off the floor, maybe they're not. Where do you feel the sensation? Is it at the front of the leg, at the back of the leg, on the calves or on the shin, or both? And release. Take a deep inhale and exhale with the mouth. And this time we're going to point our toes again, keeping that posture, but this time we're going to bring your toes towards your body. So we're still pointing, but just the toes now are moving. And just notice again how you feel, which part of the body are working in order for you to point your toes and flex your feet. And release. Take a deep inhale with your nose and a deep exhale with your mouth. Going to interlace the fingers, bringing them over the head. Points this time, bringing the legs together. We're going to give ourselves a big stretch. You can arch the back, stretching from toes all the way up to fingers, and release. Bringing one leg to your chest, bringing the second leg to the chest, grabbing hold of your knees, or if you want to, you can wrap your arms around your knees. And we're really looking at the back, just laying straight onto the mat, and slowly rocking from side to side to massage the lower spine, trying to keep the sacrum on the floor. And when you're ready, just placing both legs back on the floor, knees are bent. So we're going to bring the right knee into the chest and place the right ankle on top of the left knee. Option to stay like this. You're going to flex the right foot, or if you want to, you can place your right hand between your left leg and right leg, and your left hand at the outside of your left leg, clasping your hands and bringing your shoulder blades back onto the floor. If you're even more flexible, you can place your hands on the outside of your leg, and you will feel a little stretch into your hip joints. But I'm just going to take, just to be kind with myself today, I'm not going to force. This is a challenge already for my body. And slowly we're going to raise the left leg to the sky. And you've got the option, just have a feel whether you want your foot flexed or pointed, or point and toes flexed. You will feel a difference if we move. You can try all 3. That's too much for you, just bend the leg, let the shin is parallel to the floor, and gently release. Bring your right knee, your right foot back onto the floor, bring your legs, your feet to the edges of the mat, and let your knees fall. taking a few breaths here. Place your feet back parallel. And this time extend your left leg to the sky, bend your left knee and come and place your left ankle on top of your right knee. Again, option to stay there or come and place your hands. If you have done this one, I can feel that this side for me is fine, it's more flexible, but because I haven't done it the other side, I am going to keep the balance and keep my hands clasped behind my knees. So just do exactly the same that you've done on the opposite side, and just notice the difference. And if you want to, you can stretch your leg. This one is a double whammy because we're also stretching the back of the leg that is up. And again, it's up to you, having a little play around with your foot. For this one, I prefer to send my heel to the sky because I can really feel the extension and the stretch of my hamstring on the right leg. And gently release. Placing again both feet onto the edges of the mat and letting your knees fall towards each other. Bringing your feet back to parallel, extending your arms 3 and 9, or if you can't do that, you can place them into cactus position. And we're just going to move from one side to the other, closing the hips a little bit, massaging the lower spine. You can engage the breath with it. We're moving, remember, very slowly today. And when you're ready, going to grab hold of your belt. I'm going to double mine so it doesn't fall on my face. If you've got a belt, be careful with the little metal bar. Make sure that this is what you've got in your hand, never mind the other side, just because we don't want to hurt ourselves. Then you're going to place the belt underneath your right foot, just underneath your toes. And you're going to extend the leg and flex the foot, flex your foot, just leaving the knee quite soft, not locking the knee. You can see the difference here, and I can feel it in my joints. It's really, really not pleasant. So we're still engaging the whole of the leg. The foot this time is flex, and the back is flat. And it's entirely up to you. You can stay in that position if this is absolutely fine for you, or you can take a deep inhale, and on the exhale trying to bring the leg a little bit forward. And again, we're not here to come into pain, we're here to explore. So explore with your own body, where is the limit between the stretch and pain. And we're not going into pain. We're not going through pain in yoga. Stretch is different. We're trying to stretch the body, so we're stretching the mind. Whatever happens, hopefully, we just are a little bit more flexible to things that happen to us, that happen to others. And that helps us showing compassion, reacting in different ways. And if that's available to you, I'm going to grab a hold of the belt just with the right leg. You can decide to remain, to keep your left leg bent, or you can extend it and placing your left hand onto your left hip. just so that, because we are going to do some movement and we need to ensure that we're not rolling over. So, placing our hands, taking a deep breath, and again, trying to keep the right shoulder onto the mat. So you don't need to grab a hold of your foot, just so that we can feel the stretch. And we're just going to make small circles with our heel, going outwards or going one way. And you're going to start these circles are going to be bigger and bigger, but really slowly. We have learned that slowing down doesn't mean that the world is going to stop going round. It means that we're taking time to do things. It doesn't mean that it's easier to slow down. And see how far. I can feel my hip coming up, so I'm not going to go that far. Just last one, and we're just going to stay up as up. You're just going to place your leg. You can place your foot down if you want to. I prefer to keep it up. And now we're going to go the other way around, but with this time we go starting with the big circles. And slowly making smaller circles, engaging your leg. If your knees bend, that's absolutely fine. Just a few more moments. And when you're ready, bring your leg back to stillness. Bend your knee. And what we're going to do, placing your right hand onto the floor, and we're just going to bring over our right leg, rolling on our body, come and placing your left knee onto the floor, and just staying there. You can place a cushion underneath your knee if you want to. Just going to stay there for a few more breaths. Just notice how your leg feels. And when you're ready, just rolling back down onto your back. And extend your right leg. Extend your left leg. And extend your arms alongside your body. And just take a few breaths to notice if there's any difference between your right leg and your left leg. And when you're ready, grabbing hold of your belt, and we are going to go onto the left hand side. So bend your left knee into your chest, placing the belt onto your left foot, extending your left leg and sending the heel towards the ceiling. And it's up to you. You can grab hold of it with both hands or just with the left hand. We're trying to keep parallel for now, so we're not opening the hip just yet. Take an inhale and exhale. Just move the leg slightly forward as if your knee wanted to kiss your head. And again, ensuring that we are stretching. We're not compressing. We're not forcing our body to do something it doesn't want to do. Showing compassion and kindness with our body. And therefore with our mind, because sometimes our mind wants us to do things, the body doesn't. And it's very important to listen to our body. And when you're ready, you can start making small circles, going outwards, very slowly. Your foot is still flexed. See, on top of working on the back of our leg here, we're working on our calf, we're working on the whole of the back of the leg. Also, by making circles like this, working your hip joint, you're working your psoas muscle, which is called the bin muscle. And the bin muscle, in terms of, that's where we store all our feelings. So it's nice to stretch it, to give it a little bit of TLC. As I'm talking to you, I'm realizing I'm moving way too fast. So slowing down. And that's just showing that sometimes we just do things automatically. That's why it's important to try and remain present. And when you're ready, we're going to let the left leg onto the left hand side, really open the inside of our thigh. And again, it doesn't matter if your foot, my foot is sort of resting on the wall here. I'm trying to get out of it. There we go. That's too much for you. You can put cushion underneath. Make sure that your right hip is not rolling towards the left. And when you're ready, this time we're going to go the other way around, closing, starting with big circles. And slowly making smaller and smaller circles. Until your leg is just back to where it started, parallel, where your knee, your ankle and your hip are aligned. Bend your left knee to your chest and you can place a little cushion. We're just going to roll over onto our right side, placing our left knee. You can extend your arm if you want to. You can close your eyes. So the right leg is stretched, but it's not active. Nothing is active. We're just taking a moment here. And when you're ready, rolling onto your back. Extending both legs, extending your arms alongside your body. And close your eyes for a few moments and notice the sensation into your left leg. Does it feel different? Take a big inhale and exhale with your mouth. And again, inhale and exhale with your mouth. And when you're ready, you're going to bring your right leg to your chest and your left leg to your chest, grabbing hold of your knees with your hands and gently rocking from side to side, massaging the spine. And when you're ready, just lying down, using a your blanket if you want to. You can have, it's entirely up to you whether you want to have your feet together, bending your knees, your feet onto the width, same width than the mat, and bringing your knees together, placing your hands onto your belly or alongside your body. It's entirely up to you. Just notice your breath. And just take a few moments to let your body settle in this position. Finding stillness. The ground is supporting you. Feeling your heels, your calves, your sitting bones and bum cheeks, parts of your spine, parts of your arms, and the back of your head, supported by the ground. And you can decide just to relax there, or to come with me on a little journey. Imagining that you are walking into a meadow. Notice the weather, your favourite weather, whether it's raining or whether it's sunny. And what do you smell? What can you hear? And in the middle of this meadow, there is a big tree. Big tree with thousands of leaves. And we're going to walk towards that tree. And when we arrive by this tree, we notice its roots anchored deep inside the ground, reaching for nutrients, for life force, for energy. And slowly, our eyes are going slowly up, trunk, the branches, smaller branches, and the leaves, green, or any other colour that you want. Those leaves are moving with the wind, with the breeze. They are there thanks to the life force of the tree, but also to the sun that is shining every day in the sky. And as we take a few steps backwards, we can see the magnificence of the whole of the tree, anchored and rooted in the ground, finding its energy in the ground and in the sky. That the tree holds some animals, is the home for some animals. It also needs the whole of its surrounding to live. It might be standing by itself, but around it are animals, flowers, ground, grass, soil, water. Those invisible things that we don't notice, but that are here to help the tree grow. And slowly going back that tree is still there and will always be there for us to remind ourselves that we are not alone. Start bringing attention to your breath again. Coming back to the room where you're in. And gently start making small movement with your fingers and your toes. And when you're ready, extend the arms over your head. We're going to take a big stretch. Pointing your toes. Oh, that feels good. Take a big inhale. And exhale, relax. Oh. And inhale, stretch. And exhale, relax. Bringing one knee to our chest and the other knee to our chest. And really slowly rocking from side to side. And when you're ready, coming onto one side, placing your hand onto the mat and helping your body coming into a sitting position. Your eyes can be closed. Just rolling your shoulders, sitting tall. Placing your hands into your heart center. Your thumbs are connected with your heart center. Sending you lots of love. Namaste.